Hello everybody. I know it's been a while since I got on. There's been so much going on. It's been a crazy, hectic summer. We've been getting used to just a couple of adjustments within the household. We went from a family of 5 to a family of 6. Um, and dealing with certain situations when you're dealing with a teenager. But I am happy because finally we are in week 2 of school starting back up. So this is the second week of school, and the kids are in the routine already. As far as getting them up ready for school, things like that. I think this week or next week I'll start seeing them bringing homework home, which I'm pretty excited to see how that works with my son Princeton. Princeton is my middle child. So I want to talk a little bit more about my middle child, Princeton. I have been having some concerns that, I thought maybe he's been misdiagnosed. I brought this up before to his school-based therapist, and she's like, oh, maybe you're overthinking things or things like that. But I do have my older son Kingston, who has autism, and I'm gonna say by the end of the year, right before the end of the year, I've been seeing Princeton develop some behavior, more intense behavior, as far as his anxiety is real bad. And to me, it's not so much that it's anxiety. Like, I compare Princeton's behavior to Kingston's, and it's a lot alike. Kingston is my son with autism, but he's nonverbal because he's not fluent. He can't really talk. Kingston will say words here and there. Lately he's been more expressive. I've been taking my time more with him, making sure that he's not using a quiet voice, because for some reason Kingston, when he talks, he's real low. But I've been working with him and making sure he's telling me what's going on when he's upset, trying to have him express himself more. Most of the time I gotta put it together, but I do, acknowledge the fact that he's trying. And with Princeton, I had this situation happen. I go to church a lot, praise God, I'm really grateful for that. But Princeton went to church with Kingston, and at one point I had to take both of them out to what we call the quiet room, or where the moms go to breastfeed their children or try to calm down the younger children. But at this time, the preacher was way too loud. There was kids crying. There was too much noise going on. And I really saw the distress on both of them. So I decided to take them over to this room. The lights were off. There's a couch. And it was really like almost soundproof room. And they were able to calm down. They didn't want to leave. They wanted to stay there. But of course, I was able to calm them down, come back out. But as far as Princeton goes, I really feel like he's been misdiagnosed because he's verbal, because he's more social. But there's also that social, I feel like he's a social butterfly. He loves to talk, but he does gravitate to the smaller children. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but he wants to he likes the babies. Me growing up, I always liked babies, but he rather help and deal with the smaller kids than to be in a group, I guess. I feel like he's seeking out attention for like the older or his peers. I feel like he's trying to fit in so hard sometimes. He's real emotional. Like, any little thing he could cry. If I try to talk to him or correct him, or if he wants to do something, and I tell him no, he goes into crying. Like, there's no passing that crying stage. Like, it's just getting worse, I feel. And he's half developed, like I said, real bad anxiety. He can be in like a big large crowd. Lately, too much noise has been bothering him. He's real like antsy, like he's like he can't stay still. It's like almost he has no control over his body impulses or body movements. Um, like I said, he's been diagnosed with ADHD. He takes medication for ADHD. And he's been right now. He was given an anxiety medication, so he's under these medications. But lately, I've been feeling like deep down inside that that's not it, because here he is getting this medication and he's still showing these behaviors. I know medication doesn't resolve everything or don't treat everything, but I've been wanting to push for him to get extra help. And at first I was like silenced, I guess. That's how I feel. But finally, the doctor that deals with him with his prescriptions for his ADHD medication was like, look, I'm gonna refer you so you could try to get a BSc, a BHC, BSc, a behavior therapist almost, and then a TSS, which these people are able to come to the home and help me. I feel like help me help him, because I'm in a situation right now where I'm doing as much as I could to try to calm him down, try to talk him through certain situations or try to relax him. Like I said, I don't feel like it's all ADHD. He probably does have some ADHD because he's real impulsive. He's, he don't think before he acts. I mean, he is a boy, I weigh and just sometimes I weigh that, he is about to be 11. He's a boy. But like I said, my oldest has autism, and when I look at Princeton, I'm really in the back of my head thinking, this is more than just ADHD. And I've been feeling like that, I'm going to say, since May of 2019. I'm going to say even a little bit before. His IU, his IP team brought it up one time. They bring it up, autism. And since then, I was kind of thinking about it. And I'm like, no, because like I said, the whole issue that he is verbal, I guess that's what I was holding on to, but he still has problem expressing himself. And his school-based therapist is working with that with him at school. I don't know, as a mother, mother always knows what's going on. And then my smallest child, Adelise, she's getting occupational therapy at school, which I'm so excited about. And she does go for play therapy because, like I said, she got sensory processing disorder. And sometimes, she does she has anxiety as well. But Kingston right now, Annalise and Princeton, I sometimes just feel like I have to split myself in three, because I have to deal with them differently. I'm learning, I feel like, as they grow older, there's different behaviors that come about, different scenarios I have to deal with. There's different things that I'm constantly feeling like I'm working with them, trying to help them overcome certain things. And then my oldest son, which I feel like he also is within that category. I'm trying to get him also, the help he needs and get him signed up for a therapist. And it's more of his, I guess he was diagnosed with ADHD. My stepson, when he was 5, he was on medication, but he stopped taking medication. And then in high school, he's been having problems as far as trying to keep up his grades. And when I see him, I see like, yes, he needs, just that extra help, because sometimes as us as parents, we try to be blind, I guess, And not blind as in we don't want to accept certain things. And every child is different. Every child learns different. Every child sometimes just need that extra help. But it's very important that we give them the help they need so they could succeed. And right now, I feel like I'm in that situation with my son, Princeton. I really feel like I need to hand him the tools that he needs so he's able to succeed. He's able to express himself. He's able to calm down. Because right now, I feel like he can't calm down. Like, he can't. He has no stop button. His mind is constantly racing, and he's always thinking about things, and there's just a lot of things going on with him where I'm trying to be and do the best I can as a mother. And like I said, every child is different, and you just got to be able to notice these behaviors and address them. It's very important as a parent that you address these behaviors that you're noticing on your children, whether they're special need behaviors or any other behavior. Our job is to guide our children where they need to be. And right now, I feel like I'm struggling. But like I said, I have an appointment with Princeton for a BSc and a possible TSS. So I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. And I'm just praying at the long run that I'm able to get him the help he needs, and that I'm able to learn how to help him. Because sometimes as parents, we get frustrated. I know I have. Sometimes I feel like, oh, why can't you just listen? Or why can't they just do this? Why they can just sit down and this, that, and the third. And at the end of the day, I do my best. I do my best as far as what they're supposed to be doing and following instructions and having them do what they need to do. Like I said, at the end of the day, prayer is what helps me through, and a lot of patience, a lot of wisdom, and just sometimes I have to take a breath. Sometimes I have to take a breath. But I thank God that He's blessed me with 4, because now my stepson's living with us. So definitely 4 beautiful, a teenager, I can't say kids, but a teenager and 3 beautiful kids. So for any mother out there who's ever needed advice, or just sometimes you feel like you're alone, just know that you're not alone. Always know that God is there. That's my first fresh breath of air, just to know that I'm not by myself. And also my husband, he's been a great help. We help each other because it's not easy. But just know that you're not alone, mom, father, or family who's out there. Because sometimes I feel like that. Not that I feel alone, but I feel like misunderstood. Like my children are misunderstood. Like they're just not behaving, or they're, XYZ. But I know that in the long run, God will see me through every step of the way with them, and I will be there for them. And like I said, God has chosen special mommies to be those mothers of those children who need that extra help. So don't ever feel like you're alone. You always have God. And like I said, if anybody ever wants to reach out, have any questions, just let me know. I haven't been on here for a while, but it's been a crazy, crazy summer. So I'm going to keep you guys updated, and just have a blessed day. And if you guys have any advice, just comment down below. But always see the good in the bad. Always see the good in the bad situation, and that's what I'm learning, to calm myself down, because I have lately noticed that I have ADHD, real bad ADHD, but I was never diagnosed. So as an adult trying to deal with your own, issues, and then dealing with special need kids is not easy. But like I said, the Almighty God has given me the strength and the wisdom to deal not only with myself and my eternal self, but to be able to be the best mother I could be, to be able to be the best wife I could be, and also to serve Him. Because at the end of the day, I have to teach my children the love of the Lord too, as well. But here I am trying my best, and I know that I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep on going because God is there with me every step of the way. So to any mom out there who's feeling alone, you're not alone. Always know that. And when you're frustrated and when you're crying in that room and you're saying to yourself, nobody knows what I'm going through, know that there's somebody named Adenise Rounds who knows what you're going through. Know that when you have all your children crying at the same time, or when you're at a store and everybody's looking at you crazy, or when you're constantly telling your kids, stop doing that, or you whispering at them or talking to them, or when your kids are just going at each other, and sometimes, just sometimes, you feel like, oh wow, I can't do this. Just know that you can. Just know you can. Just know that today's overwhelming is not going to be tomorrow's. Every day that you wake up is a brand new day, is a brand new blessing. It's a new day. So when you go to sleep, just rest in the Lord, and just rest. And when you wake up, it's a new day. Whatever happened yesterday. Something I had to learn. That's something I'm learning each and every day. Tonight or today, whatever happened today was today. Tomorrow's a new day, a new blessing, something new to learn, something exciting, and just know that every accomplishment, good job to the children. Always praise them, always telling them how good they are. That's something I have to remind myself all the time, to make sure I'm telling them more good job. Wow, you did so good today at church. Thank you for listening. Praise them more than telling them, why you're not doing this and this, and you didn't do this. And, just make sure that I am noticing more of the good that they're doing than the bad. Us parents sometimes need that reminder too. But have a great day, and God bless you. And like I said, always know that when you're sitting there in that room alone crying and saying nobody understands, God is there first. And then just know that Adenise Rounds does understand. You're not alone, mom or dad or grandma, grandpa or aunt or whoever is raising these beautiful children. You're not alone.